Hi folks, Greg Taft here. Today I'm going to go over what it's like when you list with me, and I'll caveat this with saying every listing is different. If something's really unique, there's nothing set in stone, but I just want to give you an idea so that you know what to expect when you contact me. I like to start off with a quick conversation. If you recently bought the home, haven't made any changes, I can come up with a valuation pretty quickly, especially if it's a fairly standard property. But I want to understand your motivating factors, what you want me to do. Maybe it's an absentee listing, you live in a different state, whatever the cases may be. We just got to get a few details out of the way so I can understand what your goals are. Most people, their goal is to net them the most money possible in their pocket at the end of the day. That's how I go about every listing presentation, regardless of whether that's actually said or not. From a very high level, overall, I employ what I call best-in-class marketing practices. I like to think of my system as a hub and spoke system, where I'm the hub and all the spokes are all the little support systems. So with that, I don't believe I'm the best photographer. I know some agents take photos with their iPhones and some of them do a very nice job. I don't believe I'm the best photographer. I don't believe I'm the best stager. So I contract those out. I pay for those myself. As part of my listing. That also saves me time, and I can focus on doing more listing presentations and having time with clients to discuss their needs. Overall, best in class, you should have professional photography, you should have 3D tours, you should have drone video, you should have overall video if it makes sense for the property, you should have floor plans. I can't tell you how much time is wasted when buyers walk through a house trying to measure rooms when you can have a floor plan created for them so that they can walk through and feel the property rather than worrying about whether their furniture fits or not. It employs really just all those strategies and makes it easy for the consumer. So you should have all that in one web page, not one website, but one web page so that somebody can land on it and view the home entirely. The day and age that we're in is very digital, and we get distracted very easily. So the typical person spends about 10 seconds on a listing before they decide whether they're going to look into it deeper or move on. So you don't want big, long descriptions of the property. You want things that are going to continue to capture the attention of the audience. That's really key. And you want to capture the features of the home. So if your home has great views, you want most of the photos that you're displaying to show the exterior of the property from the inside while highlighting the rooms. This just helps build the overall theme and thesis. I'll go through a listing presentation with you real briefly. I'm not going to go through the details, just to show you what to expect. So for every listing, I put together a book that has everything, at least that I think you need to make an educated decision. I like this way better than the folders and loose papers because then you're shuffling, and this just keeps it nice and tidy. That's just how I am. There's several components to this book. I'll just hold it up like this. The first part is a listing presentation that basically goes through me. It's got some reviews, testimonials. It spells out what my marketing plan is for the specific property. I do consider each property, while I've got kind of a general, I do 90% of the same things on every property. Some are a little unique and deserve a little bit different attention. Spell out the commission, how that's paid. I can't publicly advertise, so this video I can't tell you what my commission rates are. What I can tell you is I do calculate it on every property. I'm not just a straight, here's my commission, non-negotiable across the board. And I do value listings a lot. It's a huge part of me, it's a huge part of my brand. And every listing helps you get more listings, and it helps you find buyers that don't have agents, and it really helps you as an agent. So I value that versus me spending advertising dollars trying to go get listings or find buyers. I can pass on some savings to my clients by not spending those ad dollars. I'll say that I'm worth every penny, and you can probably find folks that are a little cheaper, but I can guarantee you that you will walk away and feel valued and feel like you put the most money in your pocket at the end of the day. And that's my goal. So I like to, I put together a little listing presentation. I go out to title companies and I pull a net sheet. So this will calculate all your little nickels and dimes across the board, subtract out what your fees are going to be, your title insurance, HOA transfer fee, if you have to pay for that, what the commissions are, et cetera, et cetera. And I run it at a few different price options so you can kind of plan on, all right, here's the net check I'm going to get at the end of the day. We reach out to, at RE/MAX Alliance, we have iBuyer options. What these guys are is they're basically instant buyers that will pay cash for your properties. So I provide those. They're very quick close. The offers tend not to be the highest, but for some people it's what they want. I like to do a very custom market report, and this is very important in my opinion. You can look at any zip code, or you can look at Denver Metro, etc. I like to really hone in on the neighborhood, and not just the neighborhood, the type of home, whether it's a condo or townhome, whether it's single family home, etc., and the price point. So that's all very important, especially the price point. In Denver, overall, I think if you look at the average today, the average home is in the MLS 5 to 6 days. But if you actually look at that average over $1 million, now you're more like 5 or 6 months. So there is a very material difference depending on the price point. Averages and even medians can really lead you astray. So I like to do something that's custom, looking for like homes, and then we just look at the typical stats of dollars per square foot, how that's changed over recent time. How many days on the market, that way you should know what to expect. Granted, days on the market's going to be influenced by what you ask. If you ask too much, it's going to sit longer. If you don't ask enough, depending on the price point of the home, it's going to sell pretty quick, and even if you ask just right, it should sell pretty quick. I do a very thorough CMA, competitive market analysis, so look at the subject property, and then all the comps, and then all the calculations on how I adjusted the comps. Comps are comparable properties. So ultimately, how did I come up with the price I recommended for your home? You may have been watching the market and know your specific area better than me, and I'm always open to listening to your valuation. However, we do need to somehow back in and justify it, because ultimately, even if you can find somebody to put it under contract at too high of a price, it probably won't appraise. So it's not going to close unless they've waived the appraisal and they're paying cash, okay? So it is important to make sure we agree on a price. I don't want to sell things too low. I don't want to deal with 20 offers the first weekend, neither do you. We want a competitive situation, hopefully get 2, 3, 4, 5 offers, nothing that's overbearing, and have enough competition that you get a fair price with really good terms, because price is only part of the contract. You want good terms all around in the contract, and you want to be able to find that buyer that you have a high confidence that they're going to close. And last but not least, I do throw in some little staging tips in the end and some little knickknacks, stuff like that. So overall, like I said, I can't advertise my commission. It is very competitive, I will tell you that. I do value listings very highly. Please check out my reviews and the rest of my website, mydenverproperties.com, and feel free to call, text, email, message. I can use basically any form of communication that suits you. I look forward to earning your trust and thus earning your business. Thank you.